Welcome to Citizens Insight, the Citizens Party's interview series on matters of national and international importance. I'm Robert Barwick, and I'm joined today by a special guest, retired Australian diplomat John Landau. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Robbie.
We're going to talk to John about this subject of the war danger facing Australia. John, let me just introduce you to the audience. You were the first Australian ambassador to the Islamic Republic of Iran, which basically means Iran after the revolution, from 1985 to 1988. You were the deputy ambassador to China from 1974 to 1976, and three-time head of the China section at the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. So thanks very much for joining us today. We, as you know, and it's the reason you're here, share a concern about the relationship between Australia and China and where it's headed. Why are you speaking out now as a retired diplomat?
And as Dutton himself has pointed out in his press club speech, China's navy is vastly larger than Australia's navy, and we are never going to catch up. So a naval war between Australia and China, Australia's navy would be obliterated in a matter of weeks. Minister Dutton also pointed out that China now has the missile capability to strike anywhere in Australia. Australia has no defence against ballistic missiles. So where does that leave us? We have land forces. We have just bought, at vast expense, a whole new fleet of land tanks.
Yep.
But China isn't going to invade Australia if Australia goes to war against China. Australia will basically China will bring Australia to its knees without setting one single soldier's foot on Australian soil.
So then you've got to say, why on earth would we even be thinking this? And that goes back to the point you made earlier. We, and just to draw this out, the politicians we talk about act as if they're kept awake at night by this fear that China is going to invade us, whereas your point is, I believe, that the real fear is our dependence on the United States and the Anglo-American system, City of London and Wall Street, financially is so great that if we don't toe the line with this kind of strategy, they will punish us brutally.
I think that is probably correct. I think any honest Australian politician, if there is one, lying awake at night, would be thinking about the consequences of us gainsaying America.
Yep.
That if, as viewers may be well acquainted with the name John Mearsheimer, the geopolitical analyst, who I think is at Chicago University.
Yeah, he is.
He came to Australia a few years ago, and in a debate at the ANU, he pointed out very, very forcefully, as is his wont, he's quite a remarkably forceful speaker.
Yeah.
He said two things which really struck home to me. America is the most ruthless country on the planet. It has been at war for all but 17 years of its entire history with somewhere or other in the world. When push comes to shove, he said, Australia will side with America, because Australia knows that America can do much more damage to Australia than China can.